So Nathaniel Prentice Banks. Nathaniel Prentice Banks was born on January 30th, 1816. Nathaniel Prentice Banks, there he is right there with the smart hat and the smart uniform. And his little Union American uniform. He's also going to be the 24th governor of Massachusetts for 3 years and the Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. So happy birthday to Nathaniel Prentice Banks. Happy birthday to Nathaniel Prentice Banks, USA. He's born in Waltham, Massachusetts. Waltham, Massachusetts. He's the first child of Nathaniel P. Banks Sr., Rebecca Greenwood Banks. He was born January 30th, 1816. His father worked in the textile mill of the Boston Manufacturing Company, eventually becoming a foreman, and Banks went to local schools until the age of 14, at which point the family's financial demands compelled him to take a mill job. He started as a bobbin boy and responsible for replacing bobbins full of thread with empty ones, working in the mills of Waltham and Lowell and Lowell. Okay, so Nathaniel P. Banks, they said that he was a political hire. So it wasn't like a general from West Point, but just somebody that had some political pull. And so he was able to get the job because he was a somebody. Who was he? I don't know. Somebody. So at the outbreak of Civil War, Abraham Lincoln appointed Nathaniel Prentice Banks as one of the first political major generals over the heads of West Point regulars, who initially resented him but came to acknowledge his influence on the administration of the war after suffering a series of inglorious setbacks in the Shenandoah River Valley at the hands of Stonewall Jackson. Nathan Banks replaced Benjamin Butler at New Orleans as commander of the Department of the Gulf, charged with the administration of Louisiana and gaining control of the Mississippi River. And then he failed. Nate Banks failed to reinforce Grant at Vicksburg. He seems like a terrible goddamn military guy. Badly handled the siege of Port Hudson, taking its surrender only after Vicksburg had fallen. He then launched the Red River Campaign, a failed attempt to occupy northern Louisiana and eastern Texas that prompted his recall. Banks was regularly criticized for the failures of his campaign, notably in tactically important tasks, including reconnaissance. Banks was also instrumental in early reconstruction efforts in Louisiana, intended by Lincoln as a model for later such activities. So maybe he did some good shit in Louisiana. He was supposed to be the governor in Louisiana. So he was born today, so that's something, right? He became the governor of Massachusetts. He was an abolitionist. So he fit perfectly within the Republican Party.